I am Charles Chukwuemeka Oputo, popularly known as Area Father. I am a proud Nigerian and I'm obediently obedient, and I believe in a new Nigeria. I believe that it was the great Nelson Mandela who said that the world will not respect Africa until Nigeria earns that respect. He went on further to say that the black people of the world needs Nigeria to be great as a source of pride and confidence. Since the recently concluded Nigeria election or selection, I have been reflecting on this quote. The expectation that Nelson Mandela had for Nigeria when he said this, and where we are today in comparison to those expectations. As a continent, Africa indeed is the richest on the planet Earth, blessed with many natural resources like arable land, water, oil, natural gas, minerals, wild forests, name it, we got it. So our issues do not stem from a place of lack, but from the effect of poor leadership. A proverb says, a rotten fish begins to stink from the head, meaning that bad leadership is the root cause of many problems on the African continent. And we know that when leaders are corrupt, it affects everybody. I know that some people will point to our colonial past as the root cause of the problems that exist in Africa. And while this is a valid point to make, it is also worth pointing out that we are now decades into our post-colonial development effort, but have very little to show for it. Yeah? In my speech today, I want to zoom in on our dear country, Nigeria. On March 1st, 2023, Foreign Secretary James Cleverly gave a statement on the process and the outcome of the 2023 Nigeria presidential election. In his statement, he said that the United Kingdom commends Nigerian voters for their participation in the presidential election and for their patience and their resilience in exercising their democratic right. He congratulated the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but in the same breath he said, we note the position of the opposition party on the election outcome and the concern expressed by the observers, the civil society, about the organization of the process, including delays and technical challenges. We encourage the authority to examine all concerns carefully, take actions to resolve outstanding issues, and focus on delivering the will of the Nigerian people, unquote. The question I have from Mr. James Cleverly and others, especially the West, is why do you choose to be in bed with rogue African leaders, knowing that they are the ones killing democracy in Africa? When these corrupt politicians commit crime in your land, you punish them to the fullest extent permitted by law of your country. Sometimes you even ban them from coming into your country. But then you look the other way and support them to be our leaders, knowing that our young democracy cannot grow with these kind of criminals in power. Our leaders prioritize their own interests over the interests of the citizens. Corruption is the order of the day in our country, with leaders enriching themselves and their families at our expense. With the kind of leadership that we have, our country's potentials are dying. Our youth are leaving the countries in drones. Our best brain are taking over all the space in North America, Asia, and you all are harnessing and benefiting from our tremendous human resources because our best are all outside the shores of our country. From the top 100 investment bankers today to the top banking lawyers in the world, or is it the top brain surgeons in the world? A healthy percentage of them are Nigerians. So, what does that tell you? We are a great and special breed of people. We do not need your aids or your expertise. We need your cooperation in strengthening our own democracy. We need you all to stop enabling the criminals in our midst. Because if the mistake of our bogus election is not corrected right now, the chaos to come will definitely spin out of control. African countries won't be the only people to feel the impact. Europe and the West won't know what hit them. I would love you guys to start seeing us as partners in progress. If you have no respect for the dignity of other or the sovereignty of other countries, please stop claiming being a champion of democracy. Charlie Boy says so.